Mega Man 2 is an action platformer released for the Game Boy in 1992. The game is often criticized for being outsourced rather than being developed in-house, but was still a commercial hit for Capcom. Mega Man 2 should be immediately familiar to any fan of the original NES series, though there are differences with this Game Boy release. First, you can select between just 4 levels from the start, rather than 8. These are taken straight from Mega Man 2, with similar looking set pieces, enemies, and bosses. Even the controls are faithfully recreated. Mega Man's jumping feels spot on, the Mega Buster is as satisfying as ever to shoot, and the level design does a nice job feeling like a Mega Man game, while understanding the limits of the Game Boy's reduced screen resolution and hardware limitations. At the end of each level is a Robot Master, and upon defeat you'll obtain their weapon. These weapons have limited ammunition, but can be refilled by collecting items dropped by certain enemies. Even better, different Robot Masters have different weaknesses, and bosses will go down rather quickly if you are equipped with the appropriate item. Right away, you'll also notice gameplay elements from Mega Man 3 have been added to the mix. First, you can obtain 3 different abilities for your robotic dog Rush. Rush Coil acts like a spring, letting you reach higher platforms. Rush Jet allows for flight, making Rush Coil seem a bit redundant, and Rush Marine allows you to float through water, skipping massive sections of levels when the opportunity presents itself. Finally, the slide maneuver makes its handheld debut, letting Mega Man slide under obstacles and enemies. After making your way through the initial 4 levels, you'll arrive at Dr. Wily's fortress. Here, a second set of 4 levels becomes available, this time from Mega Man 3. Having never played Mega Man 3 before, I found these new and exciting. After making your way through these 4 levels and defeating 4 more Robot Masters, you have a battle with a character named Quint. From here, there's just one final level before the showdown with Dr. Wily himself. Mega Man 2's manual, rather than the cutscenes, outlines the game's story, which has something to do with Dr. Wily using time travel in an attempt to finally defeat Mega Man, explaining the clock motif on the background of the final level. But it mostly doesn't matter. Your goal is to defeat 8 Robot Masters and then Dr. Wily at all costs. For a Game Boy game, I find this to be a rather fully featured affair. Mega Man, enemies, and the Robot Masters are all full-sized. The enemies do a great job mimicking the details found in the NES originals, and everything is well animated. I am genuinely impressed this level of detail is possible on such primitive hardware. Unfortunately, some of the NES charm has been lost with this Game Boy reimagining. The level structure is significantly more basic and more generic feeling as a result. While the developers mostly did a nice job with the limited resolution available, there are still plenty of instances of screen crunch, where you are forced to take damage because the developers placed walls or enemies in poor locations. It's a minor complaint, but definitely worth mentioning. Like Mega Man 2 on the NES, the Metal Blade weapon is still overpowered, and I found myself using this weapon through a majority of the game. It can fire in multiple directions, allowing you to take out foes from a safe distance without fear of getting hit. In addition to the Metal Blade's extreme versatility, it doesn't use much energy, making it very efficient. I also find the boss fights to be rather unimpressive. For the most part, you don't even need to dodge incoming fire, just equip the appropriate weapon and shoot. Chances are, the Robot Masters will die faster than you, making these feel uninspired. Occasionally, these are extremely fun, with patterns working within the confines of the small screen, but these moments are a rarity. Another controversial aspect of Mega Man 2 is the soundtrack. Rather than ripping music straight from the NES games, the music here is a mix of brand new compositions and heavily remixed versions of the classic tunes. As I write these very words, I'm struggling to remember any of the specific pieces. The music isn't bad at all, with lengthy, upbeat compositions which are all very appealing and above average for the platform, but something is just missing. Still, all of these things are minor. Mega Man 2 for the Game Boy succeeds at being an immensely enjoyable game. Running, jumping, sliding, and mega busting through the game's 9 levels is fun. Few games have controls this smooth and responsive, and it makes the game a real treat to play through. I absolutely love the variety between all of the levels, and I appreciate how each new area brings with it a new challenge or gimmick. Whether it is a conveyor belt, claws coming out of the ground, or moving platforms, Mega Man 2 introduces new concepts at just the right pace to prevent the game from ever feeling stale. Overall, Mega Man 2 is a solid action platformer. The 4-color graphics still look terrific, the soundtrack is strong, though not epic, and the gameplay feels as fresh as ever. While this Game Boy version of Mega Man 2 may lack the polish of the NES original, it is still miles above most games of the era. Whether you're a veteran of the series or looking to get into the 8-bit Mega Man games for the first time, Mega Man 2 does a great job capturing the magic that has made this series so loved after nearly 3 decades, making this a must-own. 4 out of 5.